Back, it's the Chelsea Football FanCast, a special show tonight covering the Stoke City versus Chelsea match live and direct for you. We've got me, Stamford Chidge, you've got the lovely Paul Canoville, the excellent Jonathan Kydd. Wow. We've got you lot listening and tweeting us on our @Chelsea FanCast Twitter handle, and also listening in the Mixlr chat room, which is mixlr.com Chelsea-FanCast or something like that. Anyway, it's all easy to find. Just go to chelseafancast.com website. All the details are there. Chelsea are 1-0 up. We've got about 3 minutes to go before half-time. And I reckon they're bossing the match, Paul, don't you?
We're in command, and that's what I like to see Chelsea do.
We all do, Paul.
It was always going to be a difficult game, but we set the pace by taking that 1-0 in the first 5 minutes. And we've settled down. Yes, it did. I thought it rattled Stoke. You said we were rattled.
Yeah, I thought we were. We had a 5 minute.
Well,
you know,
I thought they made more of an effort, though, didn't they?
We're moving the ball well. We're holding the ball well, and that's what it is. When we do that, then they'll start to open spaces up. And that's what we're.
They seem strangely inspired by that dreadful Bardsley tackle.
Well, yeah, a bit of blood, and they all get excited, don't they?
Yeah.
Bloodlust.
You know, it's something we expected, didn't it? Come on now.
Completely. But that Shawcross tackle should have been a yellow card.
Look, this first half, calm it down now. Let them come out. Let them run out.
Here's the thing, though. What worries me, Paul, I think we've played very, very well. I think we've looked absolutely in control. We've looked really, really solid, and we've looked very dangerous going forward. But we only have one goal to show for it. And really, we should be 3-0 up. You know, this match should be dead and buried and over. And, of course, when it stays 1-0, it's a dangerous lead to have, isn't it?
Of course it is. Don't get me wrong. You wanted that 2-goal lead as such. 1 goal is just... It's unbearable to be watching right through the.
And we're worth more than that. It should be, 2 or 3 easily, I reckon, and that's a bit frustrating. And as I said, I hope it doesn't come and haunt us.
But 2 ways you look at it, we've been having chances. And that's the name. Costa, give him the next chance. I'm sure he'll finish.
Anyway, sadly, Bardsley's still on the pitch, so hopefully he'll put in another tackle soon and will be removed from it. That would be what I would like to see happening in the next 2 minutes before we go to the lemon break.
There you go.
Anyway, so the ball's kind of been booted up by Stoke, who that's really just how they play. They just hoof the ball up.
Hazard, look at the football.
Lovely.
Go again.
Well
played. Wasn't that beautiful, Paul?
Did you ever get lemons?
No.
We got oranges. We used to get oranges.
Yep. That's right. I never even got pulled off at half time.
Out, doesn't he?
Really?
That was brilliant football. That was great football just there.
Yeah.
That was lovely. A little bit of an intricate triangular passing between Hazard, Fabregas and Aspie, wasn't it, Paul? Lovely little back heel by Hazard there, comes to nothing. But actually, no, yes, we've got a throw in. Lovely. Do you want to have a really interesting stat, Paul? I've been waiting all night for this stat. That didn't happen, of course. No, I don't know. Was that a longish throw? Do you want to have listen to this stat? You'll love this stat. 38.5% of Chelsea's throw-ins this season have been long, a higher proportion than any other PL side.
Watch out!
They're all from Branner.
So we are, you hear that? We do more long throw-ins than any other side in the Premier League.
Is that from Branner, mostly?
I would imagine it probably is, actually, yeah. Anyway, Stoke have got the ball deep in their own half in midfield, and they've booted a long ball up to whoever's out on the right wing for them.
It was a cross ball, to be fair. It was a cross more than a... Well... It's cross to the wing.
It was a bit...
Gone back to Courtois, who's...
tidied it up, really. Costa challenging for it.
Shawcross has won it and headed it back.
Hold.
Cahill's bashed it back again. Oh, Shawcross has gone with an arm. Shawcross has sort of armed him out of the way.
That's what they do. They're just basically thugs. You know, but I think we should stop talking about them being thugs because it sounds very Arsenal-like. Just smash them back.
There's a great ball in from.
Look, he grabs him. For goodness' sake!
He still had the skill to do that side foot, and I can't see why the referee cannot see this. But look where he is.
Yeah.
Why can he not see that?
Yeah, it should have been a second yellow and off. Whoever's
there. The referee's about 10 yards away.
But the referee is a complete knob. There's no two ways about it. I mean, he's just not up to the task, Paul.
Is that NOB or KNOB?
NOB.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd have said he's a knob.
Knob, okay, yeah.
As in John Kenobi.
Kenobi, yeah.
Mikel.
Kenobi, Mikel.
John Kenobi won Mikel. Oh.
He went for the ball, for goodness' sake, all shouting out.
The trouble with the Stoke fans, they've just eaten too many oatcakes and they get a bit excited. Well, must be all that wheat.
Foul, referee.
Oh, for God's sake.
What is that?
Freak! Does the circus know you're here?
They're all pals, but that was just absurd.
Wasn't Crouch a Chelsea supporter as a kid?
He was a ball boy.
He was a London boy. I like that.
You haven't answered my question of who if you know
Which
which player would I have been in the dressing room with my attitude, Paul?
I'd say it was John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin.
Joe.
Wow, Joe McLaughlin.
Joe.
I'd take that as a huge compliment. Not Doug Rugby. No.
Didn't do much in the box. Well, in the dressing room, John McLaughlin.
Joe, yeah, I'm liking that. That's a nice comparison to have. Right, so Stoke on the attack on the left with a person who we don't know.
Show him down. Right there. Don't let him go.
Nortovic. Williams got the ball back.
Let's go again.
Beautiful. Fabregas, long ball up to Costa. Controls it beautifully, turns his man
Give it, oh,
on the attack. Go on, Costa.
Oh.
Just basically, touch was a bit too heavy and it let the ball go ahead of him.
Shawcross done well to get it.
He did. He stayed with him, didn't he, to be fair, Paul?
Did.
What a chance, though. Lovely stuff.
He's still going. I love the smile. Go on, Costa.
Costa's like a 7 Series BMW, isn't he? It takes him half an hour to get going, but when he goes, he's almost unstoppable. Love him, you know.
Crouch went to school in Ealing, apparently, according to Joe Blogg's 1973.
London boy.
Yeah. There are a few Mixler stuff that we'll get onto at half time.
All right. We'll certainly do that. We've got plenty of time.
Let's go.
There's also a few questions in for Paul, because I did ask for a few questions.
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
loads that
absolutely.
come in. Yeah.
One of which is he going to Sydney?
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that.
Talk about that.
So Aspie's got a throw on the left-hand side. Hazard making a move, but it's gone towards Costa, who's got the ball.
Who's been pushed
Two
out of
men
the
on
way.
him. 2 men on him. Hazard's got it.
No, he's not.
Oh, they've taken him out again. They've taken him out.
And look where the referee is again. Look where the referee is again.
Unbelievable. He's just going to play for half time.
Yeah, of course he's going to play for half
Costa,
time. Look where the referee is again.
Costa needs to get in his face. There, and he is.
What are you doing?
Saying, why are you so stupid, referee? You're an absolute Burke of the first order, and you're not fit to be on the same pitch as me.
Referee said, yes, I did see it. Sorry, but I was going to blow up for the first half. Sorry. There will be a next time. There will be no next time.
Unbelievable. Well, I mean, we're 1-0 up, but it's been quite frustrating because, you know, Stoke are basically putting it about a bit. They're cheating, they're pulling shirts, they're trying rugby tackles, they're elbowing the face, and when they're bored with that, they're just kicking us.
Deep foot, isn't he?
So what's Jose thinking now then, Paul?
Don't get me wrong, he's looking out for his players, but right now, there's nothing more that he can say. They're doing so well. They've done well. Keep doing the same game, same way they started off, being direct, getting at them. Sharp, shutting them down early, and yeah.
I like what they've done there on Sky. I like what they've done there. Terry Christmas. Terry Christmas, everybody. Terry Christmas.
Good one there.
I like that. That's good. We'll have that one. We'll nick that one. I mean, you know, first half's over. What do we think generally? I mean, I think you summed it up quite well there. I think that we've been absolutely on top. We've controlled the game. You know, Stoke have had a few moments, but I think they've really concentrated more on trying to kick us off the park.
I said that we had to do that right from the start to let them know our intentions, and we did. And we got the early goal out of it, and then we started to play as well. Don't get me wrong. Yes, we saw what Stoke was going to try and do, and they thought they could rattle us, but we didn't take it on. We gave as good as we got, and we've now controlled the game with our passing. We're shutting them down. And this is where it looks good for us. One of the things that you noticed in the first half, which I completely love as well, is when when Mikel or Matic or even Fabregas, they win the ball, or Willian actually as well, when he plays a little bit deeper, they win the ball and they deal with it really quickly. Because they don't have to look up half an hour to see who's around. They win it and give it. Because the 2 seasons, I say this, I'm repeating
it's so dangerous, don't they?
2 seasons ago, we wasn't doing that at all. We wasn't winning balls. We wasn't getting back and winning balls. Whereas now, Josie's got the players. When we lose it, we shut down and we win it back. And that way, we're helping out the defenders with the midfield. Are helping out the defenders because it's not left to them to do the job.
Exactly.
Well. And that's what makes it so a lot more easier for us.
But not only are they winning it, Paul, when we win it, we've got Hazard, Willian, Costa, sometimes. I mean, usually one of those three are all making a run. So whoever wins the ball has got options.
Everybody knows exactly their job.
But they've got options. I mean, you used to be a blooming good winger, even if I do say it myself, and you could run and you had great skill on the ball. There must be nothing better for a player like you than to have midfielders who can win the ball and ping it quickly for you.
That was the game.
You can run into
knew
space.
Automatically whether when you won a ball, you knew that what was going to happen with that ball, that you'd run in position because that ball would reach you, and that individual would know that same way. And that's what we've got there.
Well, we'll go back to talking about the game in the first half and what we hope might happen in the second in a minute. But actually, while we're talking about Paul directly, I don't think we talked about this actually in the warm-up, did we? There's a documentary been made about you, and I mean,
there is.
Those of you who know Canners, those of you who know the show, will know about Canners' biography, Black and Blue, which is an absolutely superb book, which was
2008.
Can you sit back a bit, Canners? Apparently, I'm being moaned at in the gallery.
Should I sit right back?
But, yeah, I mean, basically, it's a superb book which you wrote with the lovely Rick Glanville, who's also a great friend of us. But
yes,
so is the documentary based on that book?
The documentary is based on that book. It's about my life story, growing up, coming where I'm coming from, playing football at Hillingdon, getting the trials at Chelsea, getting signed with John Neal, and my lows as well after playing, and my illness, and you know.
So the covers the lot.
It covers quite a bit, and we showed the screen we showed the screening last week Monday.
How'd it go?
Spy was there, Rick was there, a couple of close friends was there, and to be honest, very emotional for me.
Yeah,
and it's actually seeing yourself on screen. And don't get me wrong, we had some very great friends that contributed to it. Omid, you call Dwala Wala.
Omid Jalali. Omid Jalali, who is one of the funniest people in the world.
He loves his football,
big
loves
Chelsea fan, yeah, that's right.
Trevor Nelson, Mick Dewberry, Eddie Newton,
Doobs!
And Colin Barnes, who was my first manager at Hillingdon Borough. And it was really great. Unbelievable, great footage as well.
I was going to say, did they manage to get hold of some decent game footage?
Some really great footage.
So
some
like
3D actions as well. Obviously, the Sheffield Wednesday, the Fulham games, and you know, what I mean, I've got to say to the producers, it was Tony War and Jason. They've done such a tremendous job. It was a case of asking me this about 6-7 months ago, and what they've done in that time is unbelievable. I'm really chuffed. You're
really pleased with it?
Very pleased.
So hopefully, I mean, you were telling me before the show started that you're hoping to get it onto either Sky or the BBC?
Yeah? Well, hopefully. It's one of those. I should say so much, but hopefully it should be aired by then.
Any kind of time
February.
Scale? February?
Hopefully that's what we're looking at, I've been told, should I say. It'd be nice, don't get me wrong, for everybody to see it. I so enjoyed it, and hopefully it can go somewhere. We don't know, as he said, it was a documentary. If a film's made out of it, that's another thing.
Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, you know, they've got a 45-minute cut, which is a TV hour, so
that's
hopefully we can all see it on the TV. I personally would love to. Is there a chance that it might get a DVD release after that as well?
I don't know. I'm going to leave that with the boys, and obviously we can see what we can do.
I hope so, because, you know, it'd be great.
Because it would be nice. Since showing it, I mean, the people that was there said, unbelievable, Paul, unbelievable, that I've made inquiries, and the people that's inquired on the Facebook, obviously, like yourself, would like to see it.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it.
Mate, I'd love to have made it, you know, but I've kind of...
I love you too, though.
I know, but no, not like that. I'd like to have made the documentary, and I talked to you about this years ago, but I have kind of retired from all of that, so
it's tremendous.
I still love you, even though you didn't let me make it. Don't worry about that. Now, talking of other things about Canners, you're going to be in Australia soon, aren't you?
Yes, I'm invited. This all happened with a young lad. Oh, God, what's his name now? Paul.
Boys in Adelaide, aren't they?
Well, you know, Boys in Adelaide, it's Telelearn. And obviously, you know, I do my workshops, and I could probably discuss about anything, whether it's coming down to mental issues, health issues. And I was approached by this young man on Facebook, and I can't even remember his name, sorry, forgive me for that, because he asked me, and he said, well, to make this work, obviously there's a Chelsea fan based out in, so obviously Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. Let's get them involved and see how it goes. And with that, the word went out, and they was, up for it. Yeah, we'd love him to come out there and have a chat and share his story with them. So I'm going out to Adelaide, as I said, Sydney, Melbourne, and Perth, and I'm looking forward to it.
You've been to Australia before?
Never in my
You're
life.
gonna love it, mate.
I'm looking for the barbies. I'm looking for the kangaroos. I'm also looking for the reefs.
Be careful of the
Coral
snakes and the
reefs.
crocodiles.
That I am a bit frightened of. Because there can be
There are
endless
a lot out
spiders
there.
in the old
And
boots. So I've got
spiders.
to check the old shoe when I put that on.
It's a lovely part of the world, man. I went over there a couple of years back, and I had such a great time. But I also met some great Chelsea lads out there in Melbourne, actually.
Oh, that'd be great.
So, you know, there's plenty of them there, and we know a lot of them on this show. So there's like Liam and Robbie Delcini down in Melbourne. The lovely Christopher Larwood in Adelaide. You'll definitely meet him.
That'll be great.
But we've also publicised it. We've put it up on the show, the little flyer, because we know you're going out there, so that'd be great.
Thank you.
Now, we've got the punters have put a few questions in for Paul, haven't they?
Right, you have that. All right. Gary Lippers said the ref needs to bend over and watch with his good eye. Very good. Yeah.
Actually, I've got a really.
Is that the third eye, or is that a good eye? Which one?
I've got a very relevant. I've got a very relevant tweet here from Stephen King, who we heard from in Mixler a minute ago. But I know Stephen's based in Australia, and he says Paul Canoville in Sydney in March. For more info and tickets, email GarethHemmings@hotmail.com. That's Gareth Hemmings, HEMMINGS @hotmail.com. But as I said, I asked for a few questions for Paul about 15 minutes ago. Here's one from my great mate Johnny Turner, who thinks like me. Yeah, you're going to like this. You've met Johnny T before, I know you. He says, Paul, do you think Costa should knock Barnsley's head off in the second half after that tackle on Hazard and the shirt pulling?
If he knocked his head off, we wouldn't have Costa on the pitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the referee didn't see it, like he didn't see Mickey
Don't get
Thomas,
me
it'd be
wrong,
all right.
yeah, but we have the visual eye that's been around now without the referees looking, and that's what we don't want.
You're such a good sportsman.
I just don't like to see that, because we're not that kind of team, as we so-called say. Nah, we're not allowing it. Don't get me wrong. I think the other SPs, when I say that are looking beyond the game, will see that, and something will be done and dealt with, as we are. But right now, we're going to play our football the way we can. Right,
very quickly, got about 30 seconds, but lovely Alan Dawson says, Paul, would you have liked to have played with Mikel?
Yeah, I would. The boy, don't get me wrong, when he wins the ball, all I'd have to do, Mikel, give me it to me. No, I'll get it. Yeah. I'll receive it. Don't get me wrong, he does what he does. He stops, plays, look at the tackle that Matty's just made in there. And Mikel was covering just in case, but he does the job. And for a team like this, against Stoke like this, comes in ideal. Don't get me wrong, Josie knows what he's doing, and he wouldn't be playing him if he didn't. Don't get me wrong, he's seen the eye, he's seen what he can do, and you've got to respect that. We as a team got to respect as fans. Come on.
All right,
be behind
good stuff. Right, we're going to have a very, very quick break, and then we'll be back for the second half, I believe. So we'll see you lovely people in a few minutes. We'll see you then.